Hello and welcome to another episode of Indie Minders. Today it's the second episode of our autumn special. So what we're going to do over the next few months is we're going to take everyone through the upcoming release of the entire suite, the 33 song suite of songs that the Smashing Pumpkins will be releasing for autumn. So it's being released via Billy Corgan's podcast on an episode by episode basis. As I said, there's been 33 songs. We did a previous special on Beguiled. At the moment, there's been 5 songs currently that has been spoken about. We're going to take you through each of those 5 songs, give you our opinion of those. Our good afternoon to you. We're going to start with the first song that came out via the Billy Corgan 33 podcast, which was effectively the title track. It is a instrumental track. Al, give us your rundown and your thoughts on what do you think of it?
Yeah, thanks, mate. Look, I've been looking forward to this. It's been a few weeks since we last reviewed the Smashing Pumpkins' new album. So, coming off the first take, Beguiled, I was looking forward to seeing what changes and directions this rock opera is going to take. So the actual track, Autumn, starts off just with guitar, very similar actually, mate, to the Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp album. Actually, similar kind of sounding guitar, but without Johnny Depp's voice, thank fuck. So really, it's a nice segue into what is going to be the huge album of Autumn, but not really blowing any skirts up at this stage, mates. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I was going to give it 3.5 stars. Yeah. Look, I think it's okay. I think you've got to really realise that this is the start. So it is a concept album. We know that it's a concept album, and I think there is a need to have something to introduce the album to allow you to buy into what's coming after
let's
it.
Be clear, mate. It's no melancholy and infinite sadness in terms of a start to an album, is it?
Correct, and that's exactly right. I think if Melancholy, if you compare it, it's not the same as Melancholy. Like, they had a lot of emotion to it, that song, when it first came out. You just remember where you were the first time you listened to it. But what did you give that one out of 5 stars?
I'll give it a 3. Look, it was okay. It's not going to blow the world away, but I am keen to give it credit to listen to the album in full from start to finish when it's released. So I'm conscious that Billy Corgan, the genius that he is, might be able to put together something that could blow everyone away. But at this stage, as an isolated track, it's a 3 out of 5 for me, mate.
Fantastic. So the second song, which came out on the same day, so one of the mysteries that we had, we did a lot of math to see that, well, there's not 33 weeks between now and when the last particular version of the last chapter of the opus was going to be released, how that was going to be all dealt out on a weekly basis. We found out that they are releasing more than one episode on particular days in certain circumstances, and Butterfly Suite, which was the second song, released on the same day in the second episode. This one, for me, you get a lot of... I think there is a lot of things that sounded like a little bit like Melancholy to me. I did enjoy the keyboards a little bit. I think that there was a little bit of a pump up that was happening with the song. There is, though, it does sound a little bit pretentious, though. So this is where it doesn't get you, really, really pumped up for the album still. I think you're still seeing this as an album to walk you into things, expecting good things to happen after this particular track. But it's okay. It's a nice enough song. Al, did you have anything?
No, I think you've summed it up pretty well, mate. It really doesn't do much for me at all. I was hoping for a little bit more, but I would say 2.5 for me for that particular song.
2.5 for you, 3 stars for me. Al, The Good in Goodbye. So this song is the third song. It came out a week after.
Yep.
What did you think?
Yeah, look, again, it's okay. The build-up with the fact that Jimmy Chamberlain's playing on the song with the drums, for me, a complete letdown. I just thought it was really average. Like, you got lyrics like "shine" and "we all shine on," and I just think, oh, Billy, what are you doing? What have you done to what was the great Smashing Pumpkins? A real letdown for me, this particular track, mate.
Yeah, I agree. Look, it's a concept album song. Like, it's trying to tell a story. Sometimes you often find that a lot of these concept albums try to tell a story, and they sort of forget about the fact that it has to have music as part of it. I mean, otherwise, you're writing a musical, and maybe this is where it'll end up one day. I gave it 2 stars. What did you give it?
No more than 2 for me, mate.
2. Okay, no worries. Embracer is the 4th song. Now, this is where, for me, look, you sort of get 4 songs into it, and like, I know that he talks about him, being part of a band, and I think he gets a little bit shirty when people accuse him of being, the sole guy. I think that this really comes out as it's like a Billy Corgan solo effort, and like, it really. It feels like, it is a very spiritual album. He said it's one of his favourite songs off the album. I've been a little bit of concern about it. It's very spiritual. Yeah. There's still lots of keyboards. Yeah, his voice sounds auto-tuned, so it's like a solo effort with a little bit of auto-tuning. I guess the closest comparison at this point for me is it almost sounds like some ways Roger Waters' solo efforts just compared to Pink Floyd and their pop, and that's what I'm feeling about this particular record at this stage. There's sort of a disconnect between Billy Corgan, the man, and I guess what the band were about back in the day, where even though he was the lead guy, you had all of these other influences that really were coming in and really gelling together, and you're just not getting that at the moment. So look, I guess in terms of the, I'm giving this 1.5 stars. I'm being a bit harsh, but Al, did you have anything good to say about this one?
I could only give it 1, mate. I just don't know where this album is going, and I think in terms of a disconnection, I mean, is Billy Corgan just becoming further and further disconnected from the planet Earth? That's my question. And as I've said before, whether all these tracks line up and do form some sort of cohesive message, or whatever it's going to be, subliminal message to wake up from people from the underworld, I really don't know, mate. But I'm really struggling with this album at the moment. So that track's a 1 out of 5 for me.
Fantastic. Okay, and the last song that has been released was, of course, the 5th in the suite in that first chapter is With a Do I Do. Al, anything can you say about this one? Is it a continuation, or is it are we seeing something a little bit different?
It is a little bit different. I'd probably give this track 3 out of 5. Actually, it's probably the highlight of the 5 released tracks recently for me. It does feature Willow Smith. It's a little bit different, so I kind of enjoyed this. I kind of thought, well, maybe this could be a bit of more of a refreshing sound for the album, where it might be heading in the second half of the rock album. But other than that, mate, the rest of the songs, I just don't know. What did you think about this particular track?
Yeah, look, it was about a 3 for me too, so I couldn't agree more. But so, like, I guess in summary, we're five songs down. We've also heard Beguiled. We are looking forward, I think, still to listen to the remaining songs. So we'll be trying to do a special every month. Let's see if we can commit to that. I am hoping that it does turn, and I guess this is where I feeling as if Corgan is maybe holding some cards up his sleeve. Let's hope he is. And he sort of said, well, look, I'm going to take as long as I need to explain my story. And that means that I'll have the ability to, I guess, dole out some of the songs as and when I choose it. And that might be towards the back end of the albums and the chapters. So let's see how that particular goes. So, as I said, that is our second episode of our Autumn What to Expect specials. That wraps up another episode of Indie Miners. Please look to subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, and let us know if there's an album you would like us to look at. So until next time, bye for now, and thank you for watching.